Hello again. Thanks for tuning in to Avid Retro, and please can you like and subscribe, and I'll be able to take that as a hint to make more videos or to change the sort of videos that I'm making. So anyway, straight on to the video now. This is an AIWA and it's a cassette recording machine. It's like a little portable, and it's a TP-S90. Now this actually came in with a collection of other items which I bought from Japan. And I decided that it would be quite fun to have a look at this one first. And the reason why is it doesn't work, as I kind of showed in my previous video, but unfortunately there's a tape in there and it's kind of stuck. So I'm quite intrigued to try to get that cassette out and see what's on there. Now I'm expecting it either to be blank or for it to possibly have some talking that I won't be able to understand. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's see if I can take this apart. It's a really nice kind of machine to look at. It's in really good condition, and it just takes a couple of AA batteries. So let's put those in now, and they go in like so. So I'm just doing this to show you again the current state of play. So it fires up the display, says display there, and you can hear it's just struggling to do anything. So that to me sounds like about, although I'm quite surprised because this looks quite a late model. It was made in China, and for the bout to not be working on it, maybe that's a red herring, maybe it's something else, but I'm surprised that the bout would have perished on this. But yeah, it's not moving. It seems to be engaged, so that's why I can't open the lid. So the first thing to do is pop those batteries back out like so, and to start to separate the back. So let's do this in a kind of methodical manner. Okay, quite compact. That's the inside of it. First thing I'm looking for is evidence of a bout. Now there does seem to be a bout on there. There does seem to be something on there. Maybe it's just deteriorated enough not to have enough torque. So we've got some soldered connections here, but I'm hoping there'd be enough leeway to kind of lift the board up a little bit. Maybe I'm going to have to come down here and solder these, and this one as well. Well, that one's got a screw, so maybe I can take that off. Oh, looks like it's the tape detection switch there. That's to tell if the tape can be recorded onto or not. There's a little bit of torque on here. I'm just looking to see how easy it's going to be to separate this board. It probably needs me to attack it from this end if I'm to kind of flip the board up enough to get access to this bout. I'm going to look at it from this side first. The reason why is because of the soldering involved on this side. Trying to take these sensors, these switches essentially, out. I don't want to force anything or break any contacts. That one seems to want to come out more than this one. I have a feeling that having the cassette in there is probably trapping these slightly. So that's a bit of a non-starter possibly. Which is a shame. Right, let's just try another approach before I go and try to change the bout. I'm going to take this off, this lid, and see if I can get in where the tape is. Opened so easily in the end. More fingers and thumbs. Whoa! Ooh, look at this. Someone's been listening to music. It's best hits. Wow. It's going to be an interesting listen. The trick here sometimes, if it's awkward to get a ribbon cable in, I've found is actually to use a rubber on the end of a pencil. Sometimes you can just kind of use that to give you the power that you need. So that seems to be back in place. As you can see, I've got the soldering iron out. I've got it set to the lowest temperature. So this one is 200. That should be enough to unsolder these. And then I'm just hoping I can just flip the board. There may be another point where I need to desolder, but we'll see how that goes. Now, I did put the screw back in. I'm going to take that back out in a minute. As you can see, I struggled a bit with that. Not the easiest connector to take off. Let's turn the soldering iron off for a minute. What do we got? Something fell out. There you are. There's some capacitors on the board here. Look at this, proper kind of through the board type capacitors. There's two there. And then there's these two little surface mount ones. There's more up here. Yeah. At least I didn't have to solder a solenoid. Well, that's good. That's, you could call that a little result there, being able to do that. Now, whether or not I can solder this back in place neatly enough will be another thing. Now, I'm going to take this spout off now. Take some pictures first, because obviously this is the way it is. So it starts down here with the motor. It goes up and over and around like that. It's quite straightforward. And let's try doing it with this. Okay, I've got to go under that catch. Yeah, that's that. So remember that to go under there. Okay, there's the bout. Let's just put that to one side. Let's have a look through these. So it's roughly 6.5 centimetres. Oh, I'll just show you. Yeah, 6.5 centimetres. That's the one I'm looking at to replace. Now, if I go smaller than that, so we're looking at 6 centimetres. If I go smaller, and let's just check the original bout again. That should be 6.5. pretty deformed actually, isn't it? That wouldn't help. It is 6.5. That's just, yeah, it's lost its way. Feels like I could go a bit tighter, really. I think it probably would work. I'm really tempted to go to the 6cm radius bout. Don't know where that plastic thing goes now. Maybe, oh hang on. Kind of goes like that, doesn't it? Something like that, and then it sits in. I lost the door. Well, it's like that, isn't it? Okay. Okay, let's cross fingers. Something seems out, doesn't it, with the indicators. I had to resolder the connector here, and I've just checked it, and it seems like it's fine, but unfortunately this is not behaving itself. I'll just show you. So that's pressing that one, which I presume is play. So let's now press this one. Bizarre, isn't it? So this is playing, no sound coming out, nothing on the headphones, but you can see in there I've kind of fixed the mechanism, but there's something else wrong with this. And I would hasten to add, from what I said earlier about capacitors, this is the sort of malfunctions that you tend to see when the capacitors aren't working. Although I would have expected to have heard something. And this is a speaker after all, so you'd think there'd be something playing back. But unfortunately, no. You can see the tape counter working there. It just goes to show sometimes things are a little bit trickier than you originally think they are when you set out to repair these things. I've just noticed This doesn't look to be in the right position, so maybe I've put the board back in incorrectly. Here, you see that? So we can get the tape in and out fine now, but I'm sure that's incorrect. So if I can lift the board slightly, put it back down again, maybe I can get that to work right. Let's see what happens then. I can hear a hiss from the speaker. Tape's playing. And this is the tape that was in there. Anyone recognise it? So it looks fairly promising now. The transport seems to have started to play, although not for too long. So I guess I haven't lubricated the system, so it's probably a bit gunked up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to apply some heat now to the back, and hopefully that will just loosen up and enable the oil grease that's on there to kind of start working again for me. And that seems to have worked. And what I've noticed with this, as soon as you put batteries in, the display kind of stays on, which is kind of unusual. I don't know if it does time out, but that does seem to stay on. These controls here are for the rewind and forward, so let's just go forward. So you'd probably expect that to go a little bit faster, wouldn't you, the actual winding? But maybe it will do once it's been used a little bit. Let's stop that, and then let's go reverse. So what this is telling me is my soldering, after a little bit of closer inspection, once I remove the bridged solder, it started to kind of behave itself, which is what you'd expect, because those connectors were all to do with the front panel, or at least the front panel's controls. So what's interesting is there's a tape speed here. It's a variable tape speed. Now, I've not tried headphones in this, so I know I mentioned on another video, now I wasn't sure if this would be stereo at all, and I've not really been able to take this cover off. Although I took the screws out, the front cover, I was unable to really tell if it was a mono head in there. I'm going to find out now though, just put some stereo headphones in. And it's only one side. So that does seem to be mono. So this is a mono recorder, long time recording, because I guess you can vary the speed so much. So from what I can tell, and I've not looked at any manual, that's headphones, that's external mic I would imagine, that's the speed, there's the volume, it's also got the, I think, sensitivity for recording, so you can set that, I presume, and if it detects a noise, it'll start recording. So it's like a voice actuated recording system. I know it's got like a hold switch, so you can see a key there. That's when that's in that position. There's another two positions, I'm not sure what they are. And then, yeah, one of these is probably to do with that recording mode. So there's SL, SS and VZ, RS. So on and off. But yeah, some more on here as well. The mic, does that pop up? No. Okay, I'm not sure what that does. And I don't know really what any of these do here. So I think I can save that for a new video. Right, let's try auto reverse. So a little bit of grease. Now I didn't take it apart again. What I did is I put it just inside where the lid is and where I could see, because it looked like there was a little bit of access there. So I just put a very small amount, and that seems to have done the job. So it is now working. I've put the screws back in, and all I need to do now is get a manual, decipher the manual, and work out how to use this for recording. No idea what this tape is, the hits tape. Something I'll have to explore, I think. Try listening to it. Quite mellow music.